business partners. Great. So will it be ready? A twinge of guilt unsettled my stomach, but I straightened my posture as if to clear the feeling. Just because I wasn't working on the business plan right at this very second didn't mean I couldn't be prepared to woo investors in a few days. Besides, I hadn't lied. I was thinking about the plan, alongside my dresses for the gala tomorrow night. It's called multitasking. Of course, Daddy. Glad to hear it, Celeste. I think you're really onto something with this. We've been so focused on making Lamontagne successful in its traditional lines that I never had the time to expand into modern fragrances. We'll get production up and running within the next few months if all goes according to plan. You're just the person to do it, ma chérie. Thank you for thinking that, Dad. I want to make you proud, I said. Already am, sweetie. Hold on, I've got a call I need to take. The pleasure from Dad's reassurance was cut short by his interruption, and I listened to the call end with a furrowed brow. My reflection in the mirror seemed chastened. All of the gleaming marble in the room couldn't fight back the darkness descending on my face. Typical. Just when I thought I was getting through to my dad, something came up. Something always came up. Karen trotted back into the fitting area with several more gowns. Now, I'm not sure about chartreuse, Celeste, but I've got options we can try. Worst case scenario, we'll go with the Valentino you liked a few weeks ago when you were looking for something to wear to the ALS event. I nodded along with Karen's commentary, but her words flew past my brain without absorbing. I'd try on the dresses, pick one, go to the fundraiser just like I always did, primped and plucked and polished. But my father's business was something I ought to have been more involved in for a long time. 25 was hardly childhood, except to my dad. It always felt like I was proving myself to him, had been proving myself for almost a decade of service in charity work, studying, and eager, bright-faced enthusiasm. When would it be enough? When would I ever feel like enough? While I let Karen unzip the blue gown, the sound of heels clattered along the floor towards us. Hire a new assistant, and she takes her damn sweet time coming in, Karen said under her breath. Her sigh fluttered the edges of the gown's back. Oh my God, I'm so sorry I'm late, said a young voice with a husky timbre. She skittered into the fitting area and wiped her mussed hair from her face. Perhaps I was too shocked to say anything, because I normally would have found the words to express how inappropriate her outfit was. The girl was wearing ripped leggings underneath a slim leather miniskirt. Even though she was fit and lithe in a way that meant she could pull off the look, it clashed with Karen's workplace, where chiffon was more common than cotton. I was shocked Karen would have hired such an assistant in the first place. Lane, said Karen, her voice every bit as stern as I would have hoped, punctuality is one of the cornerstones of my business. If you can't arrive to my appointments 10 minutes before me, there's no point in showing up at all. There was a jumper on the M train, Lane said, as if that excused her. Karen's aghast expression amused me more than it should have. She practically recoiled from Lane, whose loose blouse bloomed sweat stains under the arms. A suicide? That's no excuse, said Karen. Lane nodded, but her face hardened with defensiveness. Come on, I ran here as fast as I could when I got off the train. It won't happen again. That tone would never fly with Karen. Now things were getting exciting. You're right that it won't, said Karen. Her jaw was clenched so tight that her cheeks looked better than if they'd been artfully contoured by her makeup artist. You don't need to come back here tomorrow, Lane. I won't be needing your assistance. For some reason, the exchange between these two women intrigued me. Lane's breezy blonde hair and edgy clothing choices contrasted with coiffed, impeccable Karen, and I wanted to see the fight break out between them that was clearly brewing. Neither was willing to stand down. Was I really so bored with my life that I'd provoke such a thing? Fight Club would no longer be a fictional story if that were the case. One day I'd be whispering inflammatory comments into my stylist's ear. The next I'd be icing a black eye in my dressing room, wishing for the night to come again so I could feel alive. Lucky for me, no claws came out. Lane shrugged with fake nonchalance and picked up her bag from the corner where she'd flung it upon arrival. She then strode out of the fitting area with a swagger that kept my eyes following her. She had a walk that made you look. Honestly, said Karen,